This is the Jeff Ward Show.
Hey, welcome to our little show. Here's the way it works. I riff on stuff. You respond. Pretty straightforward. The phone numbers, you'll need them somewhere in the studio. There's a light. Haven't found it yet, but it's here. 512-834-1027. That's 512-834-1027. You want to follow me on Twitter? Not allowed to say X here. On Twitter, it's at Jeff Ward Show. If you want to post comments on Twitter or X, oops, it's Twitter. You can post comments. In fact, you're encouraged to post comments. Please don't suck. So your goal is to make the show better with your comments. That's at Jeff Ward Show. Make sure you check out the podcast of the show. Subscribe to it. We put it out each afternoon. The Jeff Ward Show podcast is available wherever you download your podcasts. Check out the YouTube show as well. We post that just about every afternoon. Check it out. Even though I look like Shrek, it's pretty cool. Subscribe to the Jeff Ward Show on YouTube. Well, another week and another lawsuit over what used to be against the rules in college football, but now it's not against the rules. So fill in the blank person has been wronged and deserves something. Like, this isn't going to stop anytime soon. In fact, you could see that it wasn't going to stop anytime soon. It just keeps adding layers and layers of absurdity. So the template for this stuff can't stop, because once you open the door and say, well, yeah, you got a point there. In the old days, it's not against the rules now, so here, take this. Once you do that, there's no stopping it. And I mean, there's really no stopping it. So first there was Reggie Bush, Heisman Trophy winner in 2004, I guess the trophy of 2005. He screamed, got other Heisman Trophy winners on Twitter to say, you know what, the guy needs his Heisman Trophy back because all the stuff that he did, his family did, all the money they took that was clearly against the rules, knowingly against the rules, then he needs to get his trophy back, and he got it back. Okay? Then you have players of previous generations have now argued and legally argued, and now $3 billion is going their way. They've argued, I should have been paid, and so they sue, claiming that they should get back pay because what they were doing then was against the rules, but it's not against the rules now, so why don't you pay me back? They've won. The moral equivalent to all this stuff is like this. Things that used to be clearly against the rules, knowingly breaking the rules in college football, paying guys, paying recruits, pay for play, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. That is not against the rules now because there are no rules now. So using that as the moral backdrop, everyone, and I mean everyone who has been busted, everyone who has been busted for breaking the rules in the past, knowingly breaking the rules in the past, is now claiming, I need my trophy back, I need my job back, I need you to pay me now. I mean, and this list is getting long and long and long. There's no stopping it. Let's just keep finding levels of absurdity. So get ready for the latest level of absurdity in sports. The coach who says, you know, I would have been in the College Football Hall of Fame, but because I was a rule violator then, and I mean to the most extreme degree, breaking the rules, knowingly breaking the rules. But it's not breaking the rules now, so I'm going to sue because I really think I need to be in the Hall of Fame. Okay? Every week, these suits get dumber. So until the next asinine lawsuit comes up, and it will, this is the dumbest so far. And I say that to qualify because I'm sure next week or the week after, there's going to be another level of stupidity, of moral equivalence that is impossible to rein in. So this is the dumbest so far, in my opinion. You can decide if you think it's the dumbest so far. If you don't think it's dumb, I'm happy to fight with you. I give you Les Miles. Les Miles was a tool when he was coaching, in my opinion. He is apparently a bigger tool now, and he's not coaching. Okay? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? CBS Sports is reporting now that former college football coach Les Miles filed a lawsuit against LSU claiming that the school's decision to vacate 37 of his wins from 2012 to 2015 eliminated him from consideration for the College Football Hall of Fame. The suit says appropriate remedy for the blot placed on his good name and reputation. You got the moral argument here? Yeah, it's cheating then. But see, if I were coaching now, I could do all that stuff. So give it all back to me. Give me some money. And I love how we're applying a dollar amount to all this stuff. Give me some money. Oh, yeah, and you need to put me in the Hall of Fame. Put me in the Hall of Fame now, because you should. Because that stuff, whatever I did then doesn't matter now. Got it? This is going to keep happening. I don't even know how many more levels we can have, but it's going to keep happening. So here's where it is right now. So the NCAA, the NCAA, and the National Football Foundation, which oversees the College Football Hall of Fame, are also listed as defendants. At issue is the fact that 37 vacated wins dropped Miles' career winning percentage below 600, which is the automatic cutoff for a coach to be considered. So in other words, he gets busted, he gets run out of the game, and then when he's busted, those wins are vacated. You see this happens quite a bit now. The cheaters lose the wins. Happened with Reggie Bush, it happened with USC. I mean, we can go down the list. They're all going to come back. You do know that, right? Everyone now is going to say, yeah, look, man, I know I shouldn't have done it then, but I want it all back. So he's saying that since I was busted for cheating and vacated those wins, it dropped me under that threshold necessary to be considered for the Hall of Fame. But now that it's all legal, I want the wins back, and I want the Hall of Fame, and I want some money. Okay? So Miles would have been eligible for the Hall of Fame on November 2023 when he turned 70. Neither, I think this is kind of important, but whatever, since the rules don't matter, neither of the 3 Division I schools at which he coached, Oklahoma State, LSU, and Kansas, are believed to have nominated him. Again, blah, blah, blah. What does that matter? He just went in. Boasting a career record of 108 and 73 without the vacated wins, Miles' winning percentage sits at around .597. LSU was forced to vacate the wins and was placed on probation when an NCAA investigation uncovered a level 1 recruiting violation committed during Miles' tenure. Let's see. Well, I think they paid the father of a prospect $180,000. And there was some sort of embezzlement scheme and blah, blah, blah. And again, stuff that used to matter. There used to be rules. There used to be some sort of standard. But embezzlement, doesn't matter now. So give it to me back. The athlete enrolled at LSU and competed from 2012 to 2016. So, okay, I would say where does this go? But we know exactly where this goes. So whoever wants to go next... Okay, who fill in the blank, it doesn't matter. Whoever wants to go next to say, yep, it was wrong. Yep, I was busted. It's not now. Give it all back. Now, this is new territory. I guess we should have expected this. Reggie Bush got his Heisman Trophy back. And so I guess we now should just start giving back wins. I don't know what you're going to do eventually, because eventually this is going to come back to SMU. For those that don't know, SMU was a dominant program that was cheating back then. See, we don't have rules now, so you could give anybody anything now. Okay, it doesn't matter. But there was a time, in the name of fairness, that you weren't supposed to be paying people off, the parents off. You weren't supposed to be running an operation like that. Everybody knew it was against the rules. Everybody knew. So use SMU as an example, because if Les Miles can get back his wins and Les Miles can get put in the Hall of Fame, I don't know how we're not going to give SMU back a few years of football. Good football at that. Good, because they cheated. So they were paying guys off, got busted, put on probation, kept doing it. It made its way to the governor of Texas, who even when busted, along with everyone else, the governor said, yeah, but we told him we'd pay him. So what do we do eventually with someone like SMU, whose entire program was killed off, never to be the same? Not even close. I mean, they could argue, because they were regularly in big bowl games. They were regularly on national TV. They were regularly putting players in the NFL draft. I mean, all that stuff. I played against them. I knew how good they were. So when did they circle back to say, you know what, if you're going to give Les Miles his wins back, you owe us a lot. A lot. Because all the stuff we were doing, like we taught you how to pay people off the way you do it now. All the stuff we were doing is now perfectly legal. In fact, it's encouraged. We weren't even giving out Lamborghinis like Texas does, so we want it all back. What's that going to be worth? That's 2.5 years of an entire football program and then 5, 10, 15 years of mediocrity, if not longer. What's that worth? So no matter what, you've got to at least make the argument about this moral concept here. And that is, it's what used to knowingly be against the rules, clearly against the rules, is now not against the rules. So everyone who did it in the past deserves payback for what happened them. By the way, if $2.8 billion is going to former players from 10 years ago, how much goes to Les Miles? How much goes to SMU? How many goes to 20 years ago, 30 years ago? I mean, if you've already committed to $3 billion in paybacks for guys that say they were wronged less than 10 years ago, what about everybody who was wronged in every single argument brought forward? What's that going to be worth?
Jeff Ward, weekdays on